You know, I'm going to quote the words of Lil Duval's song, Living My Best Life. Let me start this. This is DJ Wolf Free Fall Friday, I like to call it. Let's roll. All right. Let me begin. And I love this song. And this is the direct quote from the song from Lil Duval's summer hit. And I love it. There's a summer record out every year. All right. Blurred Lines was one. Happy by Pharrell, who also was on Blurred Lines record. But there's like a summer record out every year. And really, two of them, Pharrell put one out. Robin Thicke put one out, of course, with Pharrell. And T.I. T.I. put one out 1 year, years ago. My dad was a huge fan of T.I. I think he still is. But the last time, when we talked about these, I said, man, that's my boy. Yeah. Oh, really? You like T.I.? I said, okay, yeah. But, he dated from down the way. So, anyway. But the summer hit this year was Living My Best Life by Lil Duval featuring Snoop Dogg and another rapper. I can't think of the other rapper's name, so forgive me. But it's a great song, But I like the lyrics, so here you go. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back. Fuck with you niggas. I'm living my best life. Love that song, man. I can't get that song on my head, man. I had to download. I downloaded it yesterday while I was driving, man. I say, man, I want that song bad in a mug, man. Well, actually, I downloaded it when I got home. But it's a great song. It tells you about, staying focused and not fuck with the negativity, man, regardless of who it is. We have negativities around us all the time, and whether at work, church, on the streets, or whatever. And sometimes you gotta let that mess go and move on. Seriously. You have to. It keeps your sanity when you do. I'm telling you. Real talk. I did a whole podcast about that. But I ain't going back to the old ways. You gotta clean up. You have a chance. See, the thing about life is you have one shot at it. Literally one shot. And sometimes you're gonna make mistakes along the way. But here's the best part. You can always make comebacks. But don't spend a whole lifetime doing it. You know what I'm saying? Don't spend a whole lifetime making mistakes. You're going to make mistakes along the way in life. But you got to try to minimize and maximize. Minimize the mistakes and maximize the possible. That's what I say. That's where it comes down to. That's where it all comes down to. You have to. That's the way life is. And to achieve in life, you have to do that. And you can't worry about what people say. I mean, like I said, I used to always say, look at Tyler Perry. Now, people say, well, they want about, Tyler Perry this and Tyler that, he sell out. People always saying that stuff when you're doing your thing. I've had people say that about me. I've had people was jealous of me because I went and got my first house when I was 27. I got my second house before I was 40. But I worked for that. I worked. And I don't mean worked. I mean worked. And it ain't easy trying to maintain. It's hard maintaining in life. It is. It's very hard to try to maintain and have something in life when and to keep yourself afloat. It's easy to, drop the ball and not want to do anything much, or just and easy to get in trouble and do all kind of stuff. But nothing said that life was easy. Nothing in life is easy, especially if it's worth getting. But nothing in life is easy if it's worth the work for it. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. But it's achieving. At least when you choose, what, this is what it took for me to get there, and it gives you pride. It gives you pride. It's always given me pride when I had to work to achieve what I want in life. And I'm not saying that we don't do it. Some of us do it more than others. Let's be real. You know, some of us just want to wait for it, you know, or hope for it. But all that hoping and waiting ain't going to do nothing if you don't put no work behind the hope and wait. I will say that. You know, I hoped and waited for stuff, but I also put work behind it. You know, a lot of there's some of us that don't want to do that at all. You know, but achieving things is based on work. Nothing short of it. Anything short of it is just a pipe dream. It really is. It's just a pipe dream. That's all it is. To work is to achieve. I'll say that. To work is to achieve. To dream is to set a goal. So when you dream about, and I'm talking about in the words of the immortal Dr. Martin Luther King, I don't want to take too much out of context. His I Have a Dream speech was about achieving the goals that we never had to be able to obtain before. That's what he wanted for the future generations. To be able to obtain and achieve the goals that that many people told the generations before and this generation prior to that they couldn't do it. That's what his dream was. His I Have a Dream speech talked a lot about that if you listen to what he said. You know, I believe in that. But to have a dream is to set a goal. But there's a difference between setting a goal and accomplishing the dream that you set out the goal for. In between that is work. You got to put the work in. You know what I'm saying? You have to put the work in. That's what I'm saying. You know, we have to, you know, if you want, I mean, and I'm talking about anything you want to do in life. You want to be a baker. You want to be a police officer. You want to be a doctor. You want to be a lawyer. You want to be an actor. You want to be a rapper. You want to be even a DJ. You have to put the work in. I DJ for over 20 years. You know. Now, I call myself a semi-professional. I kind of know what people like to hear. You know, I don't do all that mixing stuff. I have done it. Very rare. I actually have some mixed music that I do have in my personal stash. I plan on doing some more. As a matter of fact, I publicly plan on doing some DJing soon when I get my studio set up within the next week and a half or so. I may start working on some of that tonight. I want to do some live stuff, but I just haven't had a chance to do it yet. I will be doing it soon. I know some DJs that do it. There's one guy out in Colorado named Everett. He does it every week, if not every night. But he does it all the time. And I've talked to him. But I plan on putting mine on both YouTube and Periscope real soon. I just haven't gotten around to doing that yet. I will be though. I know, because I had a friend of mine said he actually literally encouraged me to do it, and I actually might start doing it. I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. And I'm excited about doing it. It's just a matter of when I get the time to do it. It's the main thing. Yeah. But that's my point. Even with that, it's work. For me to set up, when I go out to DJ, it takes me. I usually try to calibrate. Now this is I'm talking about me. I try to calibrate my equipment at least 2 days before I do my setup. What I do, I get a playlist of all the songs that people want to hear, or the basic songs that whoever is hiring me to do the party or whatever wants to hear, right? And then I set out and try to look for some of the best music from not only what they want to hear, but from what I gather the type of crowds they're going to have, the type of people they're going to be invited there. Because that's the first thing I ask. Well, what kind of party is this, or what kind of function is this? What kind of people you'll be having there? So I try to get a little something for everybody that's in that crowd. You know, So people say, well, DJ, he ain't play no good music. No, he played. No, trust me. When I play my music, I play a little something for everybody. That's always been me. But I always ask that question. And then once I gather that, the type of music, slow, fast, rock, R&B, funk, whatever they want to hear. And that way I have a good perception. And if they have any specific favorite artists, or favorite songs. And then what I do, I gather all the stuff and see what I got based on that. Whatever stuff I don't have, of course, I download it. I put it into my set list. And then after I do all that and write up and get all the information from the customer, then I go ahead and do the calibration of my equipment to make sure everything is functional before I go. So I won't have to make the trips out to Guitar Center or Sam Ash or somebody like that, or have to order online or something. So I try to set all my stuff up prior to doing my functions all the time. So once I make sure all my equipment is calibrated and everything, I don't have to worry about having to go by to Guitar Center or any place, other audio stores, which I need to find a local audio store besides Guitar Center. It's like Guitar Center is the only place in town, and it's not. But I want to find, I'm going to get to that later. But once I get that, make sure everything is set up, ready to go and functional. I do about maybe 2 hours on that. And then before I get it, the day before, I pack all my stuff. I do one more calibration. I take that back. I calibrate again one more time, about another hour and a half or whatever. Then I pack everything up. Make sure I have everything. And then the day of, I pack half and I start moving stuff and make sure I go back and make sure I got everything packed up, ready to go. And that's just before I even get to the venue. And then it takes me an hour to set up. Then I calibrate again for about another 30 minutes before I actually get, And this is the other thing I do. I try to get to the venue at least. The last one I did, I don't think they started till 4 o'clock. I got there at 1. But that was on the assistance of the audio guys who worked at the church, at our church. And he had stuff he said he could let me borrow some of the church audio equipment, but then the day of, he said, no, you can use your own stuff because I have my own mixers and all of that. I have my own mixers and extra mics and all of that. I actually ordered extra mics 3 days before, about 3 to 4 days before that, because he wanted to make sure we had extra mics. Only had 2. I had 1. I'm sorry, I only had 1, so I said I bought an extra set. So I do all the calibration and make sure everything works at least about an hour and a half before the actual before I do my actual set at the venue. So it's a lot of work. People don't think DJing is a lot of work. It's a lot of work to set up, and I do most of my setups on my own. But it is a lot of work nevertheless. But that's the point I'm trying to make. If you're going to, whatever you do in life, whatever you want to do in life, in terms of working and building a career, make sure you put the elbow grease behind it. A little elbow grease would never hurt anything. It doesn't hurt anybody when it comes to the work ethics and building careers and building brands. And I'm proud that I built a brand, locally, even though it's not where I want it to be, but it's my own. I own it outright. I own all of my equipment, every bit of it, and I'm proud of it. But there's that fool going in and out between lanes, you freaking idiot. Jesus, people cannot drive. Yeah. So I own all the music I buy. I mean not copyright own it, but I own I'm not borrowing records or anything like that. But I own all my equipment, outright. So it is my business. I mean, it's it ain't perfect. Many people have side businesses. Some of them do as hobbies. I do mine for both. I got a little mini music studio that I got, and it's fledgling. That's not nowhere where I want it yet either. But my point of it is, at least I can say it's mine. At least I can say it's something I'm working. I'm working my dream. my goals. You know, it may not be anything like a Bad Boys record, you know, or Interscope or anything like that, and not even close. Well, I'm sure it won't. It will never be. But it's something that at least I have something to say. You know, this is what I did, and this is what I know how to do, and it's something that I made an effort to do. Putting in the effort is part of obtaining your dream. You know, if you put the effort in, that's just you're winning. You're winning a portion of the battle just by making the effort. You know, some people talk the talk, but never make the effort to do what they claim they're going to do. Never. Get out of the way, man. You know, if you put the effort in, at least you're halfway there. You know, even if it never becomes a multi-million-dollar business. But at least you can say it's mine and I own it outright and I don't owe anybody no money. You know, when it comes to that. You know, you got some people get too heavily in debt with that. That's the other thing. You know, not saying don't invest your time in it, but put, you know, for me, I just put a minimal. I put the minimum of what I need to do. You know, never go over budget, especially when you're not bringing anything in. You know, put just enough of what you need to put in there, and that's it. Until you start making some real cash flow. You know, the only thing that was really successful that I made any cash flow on, any money on, was DJing. You know, the music production is another story. I put, you know, so it wasn't a lot of money, but you know, it was enough where I could actually buy some additional equipment for my music production service. But that was it. You know, and that was the minimum. So you can do it. It can be done. You know, it's just you gotta believe and you gotta got the work ethic in it. So that's all I got. Let me deal with these stupid drivers out here before I have to hurt somebody. And I wouldn't want to hurt nobody, but I'm just saying. But sometimes they get on your nerves the way they drive like freaking fools out this bitch. You know, and it does get on your nerves. This is DJ Wolf. I'm out.